First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachachach Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the elect of the nation of Israel. This is your brother Ayash Kabar from the GMS Virginia camp, coming at you with another lesson that I pray that you find edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. So I'm on my way into the plantation, making those shekels. And Spirit saw me to just press record. And I'm driving, so I'm not going to be able to read any precepts, but I'm going to quote them. Abba Raktazal, And so today is what they're calling Super Bowl Sunday, and Jake is totally into this bread and circus bullshit. Meanwhile, this devil is making plans right behind your back, and you have no idea what's in store, so that's why when this devil will come in like a flood, it's going to catch a whole bunch of you Jakes unawares, because you're not seeing it coming. You're not watching for it. You don't watch for the words of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, but you're watching for who's in the so-called Super Bowl. You're watching for who's in the playoffs. You're watching for all this other shit that don't matter. Where now you're in a time where your salvation should be all that matters, because you don't want to be involved, in any of this destruction that's coming to Babylon the Great on a level that, it's going to put you to death. The elect is going to be going through it as well, but they're going to have that sanctuary, They're going to have that strong tower of knowing the names of Yahweh Wa Yahushai, of, having faith in what the Lord said that he would do, believing in what the prophets of old or your forefathers have been through, understanding who your enemy is, all of these things, are going to come to play very soon. Quite honestly, all of these things are coming to play right now as I speak, or should I say right now as Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai speaks, because the Lord said that his words shall not return to him void, and they're not, they're going to go and fulfill that which it was meant to do, and that's just paraphrasing. So instead of enjoying what you consider, a short time of mirth, the elect of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai is thinking upon his name, thinking upon the prophecies, thinking upon, the situation that they're in, and they realize that it's just wickedness in this place. Just straight up wickedness, There's nothing good about this place where, you Jakes should ever think that you're comfortable. And that's just one of the deceptions of the devil. You know what I'm saying? That's how the wicked plays on you. You know what I'm saying? Here it is. He got you thinking that, everything is copacetic, old word, Here it is, this devil actually got you thinking that all is well in Babylon the Great. Meanwhile, he's thinking on how to throw you into a pit. Yeah, and quite honestly, if you really listen to what this devil's saying, he's telling you what his agenda is for you Jakes. And not only is he telling you, He's showing you what his agenda is. You know, the horns are starting to show in who you're actually giving your trust to. You know, this devil is actually really starting to show his horns. You know what I'm saying? And it's actually trickled down to, you know, the lower level devils, you know, whom we call Esau Edom, or the Edomites. You know, they're starting to show their colors too. They're starting to really show you how proud they really are and what they actually think about you. You know? These levels, and when you think about it, you know, that's because when you think about it, that goes to show you how much they hate you, Jakes, bro. That goes to show how much they hate Israel, such that they would rather start from ground zero. They would rather start from ground zero, shed more blood, or should I say shed more Israelite blood, shed their own blood to start from scratch. You know, and that's just the mindset of, you know, Esau Edom. You know, don't get it twisted. In their minds, they want to make it great again for them because they see their kingdom slipping. And with that comes a level of hatefulness. You know, and at this point, I'm talking about the low level, you know, who they call the commoners. The commoners. You know, they're starting to realize they're not getting that white picket fence. You know, it's getting harder and harder for them to sustain themselves in their kingdom. And what the elites have done was actually put your face to their fuck-ups. The elites have put the faces of Israelites as being the problem of the world, when in fact they're the ones who doing it. We don't have a standing army. We don't own any banks. We don't have any money. We don't own any fabric shops. We don't have any boats or ships or stocks or bonds. We don't have any of these things. But meanwhile, you Jakes are the problem. You Jakes are the problem that they need to get rid of. And so, behind closed doors, this is what the elites discuss. You know, how to get rid of you Jakes. And it's at the point now where this is what the commoners are also showing you. They need to get rid of you Jakes. So what are y'all doing? You know, it's at the point where you Jakes are just honestly destroyed. You know what I'm saying? You're crashing out. You've gotten too comfortable in oppression. You believe everything that this devil is fucking telling you, when everything in this kingdom is rigged. Here it is, Super Bowl Sunday. You know, that a lot of you Jakes are investing your time and money in, you know, having Super Bowl parties and, you know, whatever it is that you do during this time. Meanwhile, this devil is showing you that it's all rigged. Sports is rigged. Your education was rigged. Your family structure was rigged. The money's rigged, the food is rigged, everything is rigged, but yet and still, you Jakes ain't taking heed to none of these things. The book of Isaiah says, woe unto them that go down into Egypt for help. You niggas are staying in a perpetual state of hope in this place. And so when it crashes, you're not going to know what to do. You're not going to know where to turn. A lot of you women are about to get kicked out of your homes because you have no income. And a lot of you have no desire to work. But meanwhile, you know, you've had opportunities, you know, to marry or stay with the man you married, which is that man that you broke your virginity to, is your husband. A lot of you women chose not to stay with those men. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some wicked niggas out there. But for the most part, it was your obligation to stay with these men. It was your duty. It was your commandment, you know, to stay with these men. You were never supposed to have had the freedoms that you've had. And so being that this devil has given you the freedoms that you've longed for, you've actually destroyed yourself. And so now we're entering into a time where you're not going to be able to bounce back at all. At all. It's going to be a very hard time for you women. Very difficult. And for you men, it ain't going to be easy for you either. You know? Because a lot of you men are going to be hunted down in the streets as well. Hell, they're showing you that now. You know, by going after these so-called Mexican cartels. Now, I'm not saying that there are some bad, you know, Issachar Jakes. Yeah, there are. But come on, you know? You're going to punish the entire nation of Issachar for a few bad apples? Okay. Just remember what you've done. Just remember what you're doing. Because when judgment is passed on to you, and Yahweh Bashim Yahushai give you the same punishment, but double than what you've given the nation of Yasharallah, just understand it's your fault. So don't think for a minute that everything that's happening to Issachar right now ain't gonna happen to Ephraim, ain't gonna happen to Judah, ain't gonna re-happen to Gad. This devil's on a fucking campaign. And that campaign is you know, to subjugate you Jakes yet again. But what did the scriptures say? He shall no longer carry thee into captivity. So even though we understand that and we know that, you know, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to give them the go ahead, you know, to kick your asses. Why? Because you prefer to watch a fucking Super Bowl rather than repent. That's what time you're in. You're in the time of judgment. You're in a time where Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to let you have it. You know, and it's going to be so cold. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is cold about it. So cold that he told his elect, pray not for these people, neither throw up a prayer for them, because he ain't going to hear it. Why? Because when you had yet liberty, you know, the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, what did you Jakes do? you despised it. So yeah, man, it's gonna be ugly. You know, it's gonna be real in the field. And a lot of you jakes are gonna wish that you've sought the counsel of the prophets while you still had time to do so. Because when they cut off the internet, you know, and they pump the brakes on this fucking place, hey, then will you know that a prophet has been among you. When everything that we've been trying to warn you about comes to pass right before your fucking eyes. Then you're gonna realize, oh shit, I fucked up. Yeah, so you know, this is a quick lesson through the spirit. You know, like I said, I was on my way into the plantation and, you know, had a thought, you know, of a lesson to go into, you know, and Salakia for not bringing our precepts, you know, because it's a dangerous thing to do, you know, to read while I drive. So, you know, I couldn't do that, but I quoted quite a few. But nonetheless, you know, I pray that you found this lesson edifying, and I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.